Welcome to Wellness Rebranded.
We know there is so much conflicting health and fitness advice out there.
And you're tired of the wellness fads, endless diets, and impossible standards that make you feel like nothing you do is ever enough.
You're ready to tune into your mind and body and feel empowered around health.
We're the healing trio here to help you redesign your relationships with food, fitness, and yourself.
I'm Elizabeth, registered dietitian and certified intuitive eating counselor.
I'm Maria, licensed mental health therapist.
And I'm Tara, personal trainer.
Together, we're changing the narrative on health away from diet culture, hustle culture, and toxic positivity and towards healthful self-care.
So grab your water bottle, get ready to laugh, learn, and grow.
And let's start rebranding your wellness journey.
What up, fam? We are back, and we're here today with AliceAnne Loftus, who is one of our favorite people. She is one of our amazing sponsors, the founder of Leading Lady Coaching, which I think I speak for all of us when I say that she has changed not only the course of our businesses, but she's changed the course of my life. So I am so glad that she's here with us today to talk about a little bit of everything from business to body image and beyond.
Well,
AliceAnne, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Can we just do the whole episode of you hyping me?
Yes, let's do it.
Sure. Thanks. I need that kind of boost.
Well, I meant every word.
Thank you.
Yeah, seriously, I echo everything Tara said, and we're so excited for you to be here. I think we've all worked with you in so many different capacities, personal, professional.
For so long.
Yeah, for so long.
Well, I will echo it back in that just you all have impacted my life in such profound ways. You are obviously Leading Lady ambassadors as well, but I've worked with each ambassador personally and professionally, and the three of you have profoundly impacted my life in so many ways. And that's why I'm a huge fan of Wellness Rebranded.
One of the amazing things of what Tara just said and having AliceAnne here is that I think one of the things that maybe is the goal of your business that I got out of it is women supporting women and really cheerleading for each other and learning from each other. That in itself changed my life. So that introduction and you saying, say more things about among women, we cheer for each other and we point out the good things and the strengths and the talents and gifts of each woman because we can do the opposite and we know that helps nobody. So
that is like my favorite thing about Leading Ladies. I have this entire community of women who genuinely are cheering for and hoping for my success.
Yes.
And helping me get to where I want to be. I love my friends dearly, but they're kind of like, oh, you're doing your thing. Cool. Good for you. You know, like they are happy for me, but they are not like actively cheering for my success. And I love that about Leading Ladies.
Well, because entrepreneurship can be lonely. And you know, so not only we're women, but we're experiencing similar journeys when it comes to our businesses. So it's good to have that support.
But it's hard. And so I think the women in Leading Lady truly do cheer for you because we know how hard the work is. We know how the challenges come up. We know the struggles. Even if our businesses are so different, we're in the arena together and we really want to see each other succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it is a gift to have a community like that because it can be rare.
Thinking about launching a podcast or taking yours to the next level? Juliana Barbati and her team are the experts you need. They take care of everything from episode funnel design to production and marketing so you can focus on creating content that connects. Check out julianabarbati.com and mention that we sent you.
Yeah. So one of the things that we're excited to talk to you about is you have your own journey with food and body. And one of the other things that we love about Leading Ladies and something we represent in the community is that you're very intentional about saying that a person isn't just a business person or they're not just at home person or a mom. We're whole people, and wellness is such an integrative part of that.
I think it's the foundation of it.
Well, so do I.
Yeah.
Yes. Agreed. But can you tell us a little bit about your own food and body journey and how it shows up in your leadership life?
Sure. So when I originally called Elizabeth, I said, I don't want a friend. And I know that you coach on intuitive eating, but I need to lose weight. And she said, well, that's not really what I do. And I said, okay, that's cute, but I need to lose weight. And I have exhausted all of my options. I don't feel good in my body. Nobody understands what I'm going through. So I hired you anyway.
I know I am always interested of why you hired me anyway, given that.
I think because I was desperate.
Yeah.
I tried everything. My journey in wellness was often masked as wellness, but it was very, very deep in body dysmorphia, body shaming, diet culture, glorification of manipulating your body in the most drastic of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm half Filipino, so I grew up in a household with a very teeny tiny mom, teeny tiny family members. So I was always told that I was so much bigger than everyone else. And mind you, in high school, I think I weighed maybe 92 pounds, but because I was so tall, I'm 5'5", I'm not even that tall. But to a Filipino mom, 5'1", 75, 80 pounds, I heard those messages a lot. It's not her fault, but I also grew up in the 90s. Kate Moss was like on everything.
Yes.
Cellulite was like our biggest sin.
Yes.
So,
J-Lo was so scandalous.
right. Oh gosh, do you remember that? Like, so it was just how I grew up and not even realizing that messaging was really shaping how I saw myself. And my culture is also very tied into beauty standards. So that was hard for me. And then as I got into my 20s, I got pregnant and my body changed. And then there were a lot of issues because I wasn't this thin girl anymore. I had a mom's bod.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Proof that you actually created a miracle.
Right? And after my second child, I could not get back to what my body was like before I had kids. So I found the world of weightlifting. Wow, amazing,
Yay.
right, Tara? That's
Yes.
amazing. And everyone would say, wow, she looks good for a mom. What the heck does that even
I know,
mean?
it's so
I
insane.
hate
Right?
that too.
And this might surprise you all, but I'm a little bit of a high achiever. So I was like, forget that. I'm going to look like the most amazing that I've ever looked. So I got into the bodybuilding world. I think this might be a hot topic, but bodybuilding really isn't that healthy.
I don't think that's controversial at all.
Really?
I think people think that bodybuilding looks healthy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, look, they're so skinny and they have muscles and they're so disciplined. They go to the gym a lot. Like, those are all things that
Oh.
people associate with being healthy. But when you look at the body dysmorphia side of it and the rigid adherence to what they consider to be their rules and their dieting, not to mention bodybuilders now, I don't know if you guys are tuned into this, but they are dying right and left
Yeah.
right now.
I got down to 8% body fat as a woman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
8% body fat.
And I think that's like such a great example, both of what you just said, of how we're sold that that's the picture of health, right? But we don't know what's
But I
happening
was
behind
so
the scenes.
praised. I was so
Yes,
praised.
it is
I would be sitting at
unintentionally-
home with a fillet of tilapia, sobbing that I could not get that food in my mouth because I was just tapped out. You're trying to hit your protein goals. I was eating insane amounts of chicken and tilapia and nothing, and broccoli. I was carb cycling to the point where I was like passing out on a treadmill. I would go out into the world and everyone's like, wow, AliceAnne, you look amazing. You're the most awesome woman ever. You're so disciplined. You're the epitome of health. and
Super
wellness.
mom.
Super mom.
It makes me so sad because it's so unhealthy on both sides of the equation. You're in that scenario, or anyone who's been in that scenario is getting praised for disordered behaviors and things that are actually unhealthy. You're passing out on a treadmill. And then the people that are doing the praising also think, wow, that's something I'm supposed to be striving for, and are comparing their bodies and their routines. It's just all around so unhelpful for everyone.
Yeah. Well, the most disgusting part of it is, Biggest Loser was really popular around this time. And I ran an online Biggest Loser challenge for years. While I was in this headspace, people would pay me $25 to participate. They would send me their body weight. The rules were their toes had to be on the scale, the date had to be present. And I had all these spreadsheets of hundreds of people that I was coaching.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people doing this. and I would calculate their body percentage. It's disgusting. I don't hide from that because it's on the internet. It lives forever. You can find it. I think I even have a blog called Figure It Out. That was my journey.
But it's what you knew.
It's
Yes.
what I
Yeah.
knew. And I was
we've all
being
been there.
praised. And people were so thankful to me that I was like, get up. And the first thing you do every morning is 100 push-ups and drink 60 ounces of water.
So, what was the moment when you started to realize that this wasn't actually working for you?
Well, I wish I could say I woke up and was like, AliceAnne, this is messed up, but it wasn't. So I had gotten really tiny and I was trying to maintain that 8 to 11% body fat. I was coaching other people. And then I had a group of friends that asked me if I wanted to run a marathon. Okay, marathon running is the opposite of bodybuilding.
Yes.
And I think I'm the only person in the world who gained 20 pounds while training for a marathon.
Because you were so underweight to begin
I
with.
was so
Yeah.
underweight.
Yeah.
And you all know I have Hashimoto's. I struggle with my thyroid. I think I did it to myself. There's the God's honest truth. I put my body through so much stress and metabolic that I just crashed my body. So I'm dealing with it now. At 44 years old, I'm dealing with all the repercussions of metabolic dysfunction. My body's so sensitive to things. Then you have all the messaging of, gosh, Elizabeth, what? I told you it'd been like 9 years since I'd eaten a grape because I was told that grapes were bad for you because they had high glycemic index. I feel like I live in like a Mario game. I can see the macros floating above every piece of food.
Yeah, I've had clients describe it to me as they feel like they're playing a game of Tetris at every meal.
At every
Yeah.
meal, I'm like, okay, I have 24 grams of protein. Oh, that's 17 grams of fat. That's 147 grams of carbs. It's so much space.
And now you say what?
Who says that? I stand in front of my pantry and I'm like, oh, you can't eat that. And I'm like, who says that? I feel like a little crazy, but the wiring is so deep in there. I feel like I'm going to live with it forever.
Need a cleaner home without the stress? Our partner Clean is a trusted cleaning service based in Anne Arundel County, serving homes and businesses across the DMV area. They do it all, from routine tidying to deep cleanings, move-in, move-out jobs, Airbnb turnovers, and janitorial services. Their team is experienced, reliable, and focused on giving you back time and peace in your space. And here's the best part. Mention Wellness Rebranded and you'll get $100 off your first cleaning. Visit chrisclean.com, that's KRISSKLEAN.com. Call 410-858-5620 and check the show notes for all the details.
Can I also just say something? Going back to you said that you blame yourself
Yes,
for
please. I'm so
causing
glad.
Hashimoto's.
I don't truly do that, but you know.
But that's the vibe that
Yeah.
you were just kind of talking about. It's no one's fault. Health is not like a moral issue. It's not like you failed.
Well, it speaks to that. There's like a narrative out there that there's this sense of personal responsibility and obligation around health, and it's not really true. Health exists on a spectrum, and bodies do get sick. And I think if we could take the personal blaming and shaming out of it, that just automatically can let everyone take a deeper breath.
You're so right. I will say that I do feel the guilt of how much I contributed to that toxic body diet culture and body dysmorphia. But when you know better, you do better. And that's why I never back away from saying what I did, because I want to say that was part of my story and it was wrong. Because anyone that knew me from that time, I want them to say, oh, that's what she used to say. Now she knows better.
When it's so brave of you, not only are you willing to say that, because by the way, every single one of us was stuck in diet culture as well at different points in time. Not only are you willing to say it, which is so healing for anyone listening, but also then you took a next step, like we're fast forwarding a bunch. You actually made the Leading Lady community a weight neutral place where diet culture is very much not invited in. And that's amazing.
Yeah. So you asked, where was the moment I switched? So I struggled. I struggled a lot with how much weight I had gained from marathon training. I thought, how is this fair? How is this fair that I'm gaining all this weight when I'm running 50 miles a week?
Understandable.
And then I got injured, and then I gained a lot of weight because your body was used to burning so many calories. So anyway, I realized how much space and time I was spending focusing on my body.
Yeah.
Here I was, someone who had multiple businesses, was raising kids. I'm not going to minimize the things that I've achieved in my life. I know that I was doing a lot. I was doing some pretty incredible things. And yet I didn't want to be in a picture, or I was turning down events or going out places because I was afraid that all these people who knew me as the epitome of health would now be like, what the heck happened to AliceAnne?
So I had a moment like that. As you guys probably know, I met my husband when we were in high school. I was fine. I was
still fine.
smoking hot in high school. I didn't think that at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, dang girl. But I hadn't seen my friend Marcus in 10 years. And I had the opportunity to go to Texas for like a fitness conference. And he lived in Texas, although not in that city. I had called him and been like, hey, I'm coming to Texas. Like, meet me for dinner. It'll be amazing. I was sitting in the hotel lobby. I saw him walk in and I was like, maybe I should just pretend like I don't see him because I'm way uglier now than I was when he knew me. And I sat there for a few seconds and I was like, who are you kidding? Like, get up. Yeah. This is ridiculous. Now we've been married for a lot of years.
Some things come to mind, I guess, as a therapist, right? And you guys were talking about the relationship of looking for that change in your body to health. But I sense something deeper here. When I was listening to you talking, AliceAnne, I can picture this teenager getting these messages from her culture and her family saying you're too big or your body doesn't look acceptable. And then we grow up with these messages that go beyond health. It's really self-image, and beyond self-image is worth.
Yeah.
Is how we start attaching how much we are valued as a human being based on the body and how we look, right?
Yeah.
Which we still see. I think in one episode we were talking about this epidemic among teenagers with these messages, right? And I think because health maybe will make you run the marathon and do all this and create the business with hundreds of people. Was it really health, or was it I need to show that I'm worth it?
Oh, it was 1,000% worth. The messages that I received as a teen, as an adolescent, was if you were in a bigger body, there was something wrong with you. Right. You were lazy, you were less than, you didn't fit the beauty standard, definitely tied to worth. The bodybuilding, looking just good enough for a mom, it was, wait a minute, no, I can do better than that. And so everything was just this mission to achieve the highest standard.
Well,
and if I could achieve that, then I would finally be worthy.
Yes, and this mission to be seen.
To be seen, to be celebrated.
Think about it for a minute. It still happens nowadays. It makes my heart sad in a way that as women, we have to battle this thing that to be seen, really seen by other human beings and supported, you have to look a certain way.
Right.
Because if not, you might be invisible, or worse than invisible, or criticized. Nothing else is seen from you. Your intelligence, what you're capable of, your gifts is that.
Tell us what you just shared the other day about that thing you
So
saw.
I was on social media, as I do. I'm a doom scroller. And something came up on my For You page and it said, do you want to be taken seriously as a woman in leadership? And here are the top 5 things that you need to do. Guess what number 1 was? Be fit. So like you need to prioritize gym, needed to look disciplined. And to be disciplined meant you needed to look a certain way. That went right back to my messaging in, if you have a bigger body, you're lazy. You don't take care of yourself. You're not someone that can be trusted with tasks that require discipline if you're not fit.
Which is such bullshit.
It's
Elizabeth Harris
Right?
swearing on the pod.
I know. Now we've hit a nerve, Elizabeth. But to your point, Elizabeth, to make that statement, I think it was like 3 years ago now, I said the leading lady community is weight neutral. We will never talk about weight loss in our group.
I loved when you did that.
I was so scared. And I had women message me and they're like, well, I sell this and I do that. But the majority of messages I got were thank yous.
Because think about it. You just created a space where now every woman in there can actually talk about the real things that matter. Her talents, her gifts, her business, her experience, whatever wins she's accumulating, challenges, struggles that aren't about what your body looks like. Because it's dehumanizing when we're reduced to that.
Yeah.
And it keeps us quiet in the workplace, right? If you can sideline a woman because...
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Well, and it keeps minimizing you, which according to me is what this society has been doing for so long, is minimizing women, shutting us up.
It's a lot. So it was really scary to make that decision to go weight neutral.
Just like it was scary to make your decision to move away from dieting and trying to control your body, right?
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what you were signing up to do when you signed up to work with me.
Yes. We probably should do a whole conversation on why I did choose to sign up with you. But the messaging was so loud. I just needed somebody to hold space. Even if I didn't agree with what you were trying to tell me I needed to do, I just wanted to be in a space where I was allowed to feel what I could feel. Does that mean I'm healed? Does that mean I don't think about it? My gosh, I went to a black tie event on Friday night and all I could think about was people are going to see me and they're going to be like, wow, AliceAnne looks a lot different than the last time I saw her.
Dude, I did see you in pictures of that, and I thought, wow,
Gorgeous,
AliceAnne
right?
looks
Yes.
amazing.
No, I almost didn't post the pictures.
And Marissa
because
looked incredible. Like,
Yes.
you guys just looked super happy and having fun.
we did.
And beautiful.
Because it's not what other people see.
But you see a
it's
picture
also
of
what-
yourself and you're like,
Yes.
is that me?
And by the way, that just means you're a human in diet culture.
Yeah.
We all feel it. Like
Yeah.
literally every single one of
Yeah.
us feels that way.
Right.
But the difference is like being able to step outside of it and have the tools to sort through it.
Yeah. So what's my mission now? My mission now is there are going to be women in Leading Lady. I am going to feel the pressure of diet culture. I am still at times consumed with body image struggles. My goal, my mission for Leading Lady is to be a space where we're not amplifying those messages, that we are talking about the things that are far more important and more interesting about who we are. We're talking about real health, not societal definitions of health, but real health. And I know that's why I respect the three of you so much. And this podcast gives the truth. It challenges a lot of the noise that's out there. And that's the messaging that I want to put out to Leading Lady, that, okay, if you want to lose weight, okay, but we're not going to sit around and bash our bodies and go down that rabbit hole.
So since you have such a unique perspective, and I know we're coming up against a hard time here, but what did AliceAnne back then need to hear? Or what do you think the woman listening to this podcast who's relating to kind of where you were 10 steps ago, like what would you say to that person?
Probably what Maria said. I needed to hear that I was worthy and shut down conversations that told me that there was something wrong with my body.
Can I just say that at the We Lead conference that we were at earlier this year, you were in a room filled with people. I don't know how many people were there, but it was a lot. Big room full of people. And somebody who was like there but not affiliated with Leading Ladies said something about their body being negative, whatever. And in front of all those people, you grabbed the mic and you were like, hey, we don't talk like that here.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
we don't
that
do
was
that
awesome.
here. And I was like,
I didn't even realize I did
We
it.
were cheering you on.
Yeah.
dude, you shut it down so hard and
But in
so
a nice
quickly.
way. Not in a
Yeah.
like in a totally
Like,
nice
we don't.
way.
We don't. We're just not going to talk about our bodies
Well,
that way.
And it's the message that you're in this space and we're seeing all of you way more than what you have been seeing outside. That's the message is we want you as a woman with all that you are amazing at and not amazing at. And that's what we're seeing. And that's what's needed. That's what those conversations, especially among women, need to stop.
Yeah. You never know how those conversations impact other people. If you are a woman and you say something negative about your body and there's a woman standing next to you who maybe wasn't in that moment thinking anything negative about her body, but now you've pointed something out that you think is negative, and then she looks at her body and goes, oh, I guess people think that about me too. And it's like this domino effect of
And forget about another adult women, your
child.
kids,
Oh,
my own daughters who have heard because they have, right? Before I knew all this, they heard the times that I was complaining about my body in front of them. So what is the messaging and how we carried it over generations without knowing?
Hey guys, it's Elizabeth. If you're tired of stressing about food, counting calories, or feeling guilty after eating, I've got something for you. I'm bringing back my wildly popular and free 5-day challenge called Discover Intuitive Eating, where I'll walk you through key steps to finding food and body peace. Over 5 days, you'll get simple, actionable tools to quiet food stress, enjoy your favorite foods guilt-free, yes, even ice cream or chips, to honor your hunger and fullness cues, and begin making peace with your body just as it is. If you're ready to stop dieting and start living with intuitive, peaceful eating, sign up now with a link in the show notes at elizabethharrisnutrition.com/challenge26. Spots are free and open to everyone. We kick off live together the last week in January. See you on the inside. Well, I think I speak for every one of us when I say we could literally talk to you for hours, and we need to have you back on because we just barely scratched the surface of topics we would love to cover with you. But thank you for being here. Thank you for championing all of us all the time and being willing to share your story with our listeners. Where can people find you?
Everywhere. Probably the easiest way is to join the Leading Ladies Facebook group. It's a wonderful, positive, supportive community that's loaded with resources. It's a great entry point. If you're new to Leading Ladies, you can connect with me on social media, leading.lady.coach. I'm on LinkedIn. You can smoke signal me. You know,
all the information will be on the show notes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much again. Thank you for chatting with us. Thank you for your messaging. Thank you for your support forever and ever.
The work that you ladies are doing is the foundation of how women should be showing up for themselves in leadership. We can't do anything without our help.
And probably you know this, but this podcast, in a way, exists because of what you have created, because that's how the three of us met.
That's true.
We met, and because of being in a group like this, we felt capable and amazing to start a podcast besides all the self-doubt and all that stuff that we humanly have. And here we are. So thank you for being part of this movement as well.
No, thank you.
For the rest of you, if you like this episode, don't forget to download, share, connect with us on Instagram at Wellness Rebranded. And until next time. Thank you for listening. If you want to connect with me outside of this podcast, you can find me on Instagram at coaching_therapist.
I'm Elizabeth. You can find me at Elizabeth Harris Nutrition or in my Facebook group, Health and Healing with Intuitive Eating.
And I'm on Instagram and Facebook at Tara DeLeon Fitness. Guys, if you loved this episode or any of our other episodes, we would love it if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcast. It really, really helps us get the non-diet word out to the rest of the world. So please leave us a review.
Yes, thank you.